Welcome back to Living It Up Blind. My name is Marissa, and if you're new, welcome. I hope you stay. In today's video, I will be demonstrating how I like to make my eggs. I will be showing you guys how I chop onions, tomatoes, and a couple peppers. And if you're still interested in seeing how I managed to accomplish this task with having limited vision, then this is definitely the video for you. So if you're still interested to this point, then stay with me and let's just jump right in. As you can tell, I have my hair up already into a ponytail. Besides safety reasons, we also don't want hair to fall into our food. So now that that is done, here I will show you guys that I have one small yellow onion, a knife, and my cutting board. I'm going to start off with showing you guys how I chop onion. But before I do that, actually, I want to tell you guys that I also have these bowls ready, just so I have somewhere to put my chopped veggies in and they're not all over the place. So I have two, and then in this bowl I just have my serrano pepper and my tomatoes. But first, like I said, I'm going to start off with chopping the onion. So I'm going to take the little casing that it always has. Let me just might as well bring the trash can. I just brought the trash can closer to me, so I have somewhere to throw this away. Let me try to chop it first. Okay, so let me just take off the casing around the onion. So now that it's all off, I am going to go ahead and chop this little thing that it has, just because we don't want to eat that. So I'm going to take that and throw it away. I'm also going to do the same for this one. Also removing a little plastic case around it. Now I'm going to chop off the little, I don't know what this is called, but I like to call it like the little tail, so whatever it's called, I'm chopping that off. Okay. Now that we got rid of that, we're just going to jump right into chopping the onion. I like to, since I am right-handed, I grab my knife with my right hand. I have my right pointer finger on top, and I'll have this half of an onion here. I have it on the chopping board, and my hands will feel where the knife is and where the corner of this onion is. So I'll go like that. And yes, my fingers are really close to the knife, but I will not cut myself. That's just how I, as a blind person, tell where I'm cutting. So. Okay, so here, as you can tell, I have the my onion, and I have my knife. I already started chopping just a little bit. I just wanted to show you up close what I was talking about earlier. This is how I grab the knife with my right hand and my pointer finger on top, and I'll feel this onion right here, and I'll put the knife really close to my finger. I know some of you guys will probably be cringing throughout this whole video just because you guys are afraid that I'll chop my finger off, but trust me, I won't. My finger will sometimes, the knife will sometimes feel my finger, but that's exactly how I, as a blind person, know how small or how large I'm cutting. So it's very helpful for me. So here I have that. And so that's how I do my onion chopping. more. Okay, put that over there, and I'll get another, cut this one in half, and then start going like that. And I start chopping away. Try to grab all those larger chunks of onion, chop them into smaller pieces. I like a lot of onion in my eggs, so that's why you'll see a lot of onion. So here we go, and then I like that to make them even smaller. Let me just situate this camera better. Sorry. Okay. And this is by no means professional chopping. I'm not a professional cook or anything. This is just how I chop. So just wanted to throw that out there. Getting these little pieces into smaller bits. I like my onion almost finely chopped, but just not to the point where it's super thin. Just like that. Okay, so I have a good amount now. I'm going to grab my onion bowl right here, and I'm going to put all the onion that I just chopped into this bowl. Bowl. Get all the onion that I could into that bowl, just because it's easier to manage, and you know, I don't make a giant mess, so that's why I like to put these veggies into separate bowls. I feel like there might not be enough onion, so I'm just gonna go ahead and chop a little more. It's hard to chop and manage my camera at the same time. I want to really make sure that the camera is able to capture this. It's very important for me to show you guys how blind people are perfectly capable of cooking and therefore chopping their own vegetables with a knife, because some of you guys may probably think that blind people cannot chop and it's dangerous for them to chop, but in reality we can do the exact same things that you guys can. We just use different methods. Like for me, like I've been trying to show you guys throughout this whole video, is that I feel a lot, and the knife does get really close to my finger, but it does not cut it. I have never cut my finger chopping veggies to this point. Knock on wood, I don't. So now that I have this good bunch of onion again, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing that I did earlier and put it into the bowl. You just try to get those little pieces that are a little larger than the rest. Here. I'm gonna chop a tomato. For sake of time, I already went ahead and rinsed off these tomatoes. It's very important to wash them before chopping them, obviously, so that's what I already done. I already did that, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and chop this tomato. I'm gonna chop it in half, and now I have 2 halves. Now I'm gonna put one to my left, just for now, while I chop this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and chop that, and start moving it around. There we go, until I find a good spot. And then I start chopping away. I love having enough tomato in my eggs. It makes it very tasty, at least for me. If you're a veggie person, then you'll like them. If you hate vegetables, then you might not like the way I make my eggs. And for the tomatoes, they don't have to be as small as the as the onion. It's not really important to me. So there we have that. Let's chop this, make a little pile that I will eventually transfer onto another bowl. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, please let me know in the comment section. I could make more. So I just need to know what kind of videos you guys are interested in. I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I'm making for you, and I really do hope you guys are taking something from this. Okay, so now you see this. Let's see, where's the bowl? Here's the bowl. So now I'm gonna grab this other tomato, take it out of the bowl, because I'm going to be putting this tomato that I just chopped in the bowl. Now, you guys, if you guys can tell, I love pepper. I love pepper in pretty much all the foods that I make. I will put some either serranos or jalapenos or habanero peppers. I just love my food a little more on the spicier side. So here we have a chili pepper, and I'm gonna first of all take the little tail off. See, it took it off. Now I'm just gonna throw this away. And now that I have this, I'm gonna go ahead and chop this little guy up. Unfortunately, I only had 2, so that's all that I'm gonna put in my eggs. Normally I'll put more depending on how spicy they are. These kind of don't tend to be too spicy. I get them at Food Max and they're not always the best, but we get what we get. Okay, so here I have a little bit of masala oil that I'm actually running out of, but this will do for right now. And I have my pan here. I'm going to put a little bit in, and then just kind of feel around with my finger. If I have enough, then I grab the pan and I move it like so. So I make sure that the oil spreads throughout the whole pan. And if it's something that you guys have probably noticed from this video and probably from others, is that I do everything by touch. I cannot see enough to just glance at the pan and see that it's already that's like a good amount of oil or that it's spread, so I have to use my finger. I just kind of stir it around in there really nice like that. So yeah, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the stove, and I'm gonna put it on medium, and I'll just wait for the stovetop to warm up. Okay, just as for time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping these. I'm not chopping, cracking these eggs into this bowl. I'm gonna do it like that, and I'm gonna throw the shell into the garbage that I have right next to me. Get my 2 thumbs and I open it up and I break it apart like that, and I can feel when obviously the yolk falls into the bowl because the shell becomes so light. I'm just gonna grab it like that, put my fingers through it, and voila. Alright, now that I have my eggs, I am going to put this aside, and I'm going to grab from my cabinet, let's see, a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Before whisking it, I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some pepper in here just to add a little bit of flavor. In this household, we love a lot of pepper. We kind of tend to add a lot of flavor into our food. And pepper is definitely one of the main ingredients to every dish that we make. But I'm kind of running out of pepper, so I will have to run to the store soon to pick some more up. Okay, that should be enough pepper. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt, not too much, just a little bit. A little bit of Himalayan salt in here. And by the way, the pepper that I just put in my eggs is black pepper, so just in case you were wondering. Now I'm going to grab a fork and I'm still not forgetting about my oil, don't worry. But before I start stirring the eggs, I'm going to go ahead and throw my onion. Add the onion. It's going to sizzle, so we have to be really careful with our face. The oil kind of tends to splash around, so I personally like wearing long sleeve shirts. I have all the onions, and there we go. Alrighty, where is my spatula? Now that I have my spatula here next to me, I'm going to just move this around a little bit. I'm sorry if it's way too loud. The onion is now cooking in oil, so it's going to be a little loud. Let it sit there for a little bit. Put this down. And now I'm going to continue, and I'm going to whisk my eggs with the salt and pepper that I have added to it. So it tastes really good. Put that aside for now and check on my onions. Check on my onions here. Smells so good. We do have to move a little fast now. We don't want the onions to burn. So now I'm just going to go ahead and grab my tomato. And pour it in. Really sizzling now. We are cooking with oil. Now that the tomato is in along with the onion, I'm going to turn it down just a tad, and I'm going to put some ham in there if I can open this bag. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna shred some ham in there. Just for some good flavor. Shred the ham into small pieces because I am soon going to pour the peppers and then the eggs. I'm going to stir it. We don't want the tomatoes and onion to stick to the bottom of the pan or the oil to overcook them. So now I'm just going to stir it a little bit. Now that I had put in a little bit of ham. Just like that. Now I'm going to grab the peppers and I'm going to pour the peppers in now. There we go. And again, I'm going to stir it. There we go. Nice and stirred. And I like to feel a little bit with my fingers how it's doing. It does not hurt me. I'm not putting my hand there for too long. Just enough to feel how my tomatoes are and how my veggies are doing, because again, I can't see if they're turning a certain color. So there I am, having to use my hands a lot. I'm going to pour in the final ingredient, which is the eggs. of course, I am going to stir it around with this wooden spoon of mine, just like that. And I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit. Have that. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Put this down. And I'm just going to let it cook on its own there. I am going to go ahead and turn on this back burner up here. Let's see, where is it, the second one? Okay. And I'm gonna put it on medium heat. This is the back burner, and that's what I use to warm up my tortillas up here. So now that I am pretty much letting this cook here, and just feel how it's doing. Yep. Just letting it do its thing. I am going to make sure my tortillas are where I, whoops, just knocked over the oil. There we go. Here are tortillas. And I have this little clip because I already had opened them. So, tortillas are ready. It's open, ready to put them on the burner. Stir this before it starts to burn. We don't want our eggs to burn at the bottom. And normally I would sprinkle some cheese at the end, but unfortunately we ran out of cheese, so this will just have to do. No cheese. And it's starting to smell super yummy. I am starving. I'm ready to eat. This breakfast is almost done, and I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me make breakfast. Now that it's pretty much done, all that's left is just to serve and set the table, warm up the tortillas, pour some juice, and our breakfast is pretty much done. Gonna go ahead and turn it off now because we are pretty much done. It's cooked. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how I like to scramble my eggs for breakfast. Well, thank you everybody for watching me, and I really hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to let me know what you guys liked about it and if you guys really want to see future videos of me cooking. So thank you guys. Now I'm just going to warm up the tortillas, serve, and get to eating because I am starving. Thanks guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye.